Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gyro here. Today we once again do one of these spontaneous little very quick live streams on my channel, and this time around Path of Exile is front and center, not Final Fantasy XIV. Might as well have a little healthy break. So for any of you out there who are interested in the Path of Exile new league, Expedition League 3.15, maybe now is the time to jump on and have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of chat as I create my first character in this league, as I just talk to you as I go along about my first initial impressions of how this feels to a casual player. I have a lot of characters, as you can see from the previous leagues right now on the screen, and yeah, I played the game for many years, but I never ever pretend to be an expert, which is what I would like to put front and center there. So do not call me a noob, do not tell me that I'm doing something wrong. This is presented, this is recorded for what it is, for fellow casual players, people who perhaps are curious, who have never tried the game out, returning players, that kind of stuff. With that out of the way, let's jump in, let's have a little nice friendly chat. Don't be shy, talk to me in the chat and I will talk back to you. This is going to be a short stream, maximum probably half an hour to 40 minutes, because I have some other things to do. I also apologize in advance in case I have to finish it abruptly, because I have some other commitments today. This was just a spontaneous decision to very quickly jump on, maybe talk to my people, whoever is online right now from my audience, and see what we do in Path of Exile. How about we do that? All right, without any further ado, let's just jump straight in and see how we go, my friends. Okie dokie, so new league, obviously the new Expedition League has started, so we are going to be rolling a new character. All these belong to the previous league, Standard League, Standard League, Standard League, and some of my early tests of Royale, of the Battle Royale mode that was out for a little bit. I have some thoughts on this and I can share them with you in case you're interested, but yeah, I was quite preoccupied by Final Fantasy XIV and that still remains kind of front and center for me for what I do. Here's what I'm going to do. There were a lot of new gems, a lot of new spells revealed in the live stream from the developers, from Chris Wilson, and we spoke about that in a couple of previous videos about Path of Exile, where I shared my thoughts with you on this. So I am very interested in the whole range of those different gems, of those different skills, and no, I have not done any pre-reading, any pre-analysis, any pre stuff. Would that make me look a lot more pro if I did? Yes, absolutely. But that's not how I play. That's not fun for me. What's fun for me is to go in and explore firsthand, make mistakes, etc., etc. Because I'm a player first and content creator, whatever, second. All right. So my gut feel is the fact that at this stage, I think that Hierophant, which is a specialization of a Templar, it potentially would give me a lot more down the track. What I mean by that is that to me, to a beginner of Path of Exile, what I would recommend to fellow beginners, you need to start with a build, or to build it around the character, around the potential that is going to be the most flexible, the cheapest one for you, something that is not going to cost you anything, something that you can just chill with and not be too much in trouble with, and so on and so forth. Especially because we heard from Chris Wilson that the Expedition League is going to be the first league that becomes a lot harder for the players to, you know, to just beat the monsters, beat the bosses, etc., etc. So I don't know if people, especially who I'm primarily targeting my streams for, my videos for, beginners of the game, casuals who don't like to push too hard or be pushed too hard by the environment, I don't think that you should go for something that would put you in harm's way too much. And by definition, what puts you in harm's way too much are melee builds. This is not me speaking against melee builds, it's just me sharing my subjective opinion on what I think a beginner, you know, may or may not choose to play with. But I don't think that I would make my first character in this league a melee character. That's just me. You share your thoughts with me, very welcome. And in case you're not watching this right now in a stream, but watching it afterwards as a published kind of archive video type of stuff on my channel, please just talk in the comments and I'll talk back. I'll reply to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a new character. Obviously I'm going to create an Expedition League character. It's not going to be a solo self-found because I'm expecting to be able to trade with other players at some point later towards the end game. In case you are a beginner, do not tick this box. I do not recommend this. So we choose Expedition League, and now we choose a character class by clicking on Exile. All right. Some people who have watched my previous videos about Path of Exile, they know that I'm also impartial to the Witch. I like Elementalist builds, Arc Witch builds, for example, and I like Summoner builds a lot. Spoiler alert, in case you are tuning in kind of long term into this channel, or one of my previous supporters, thank you very much, by the way, you're a gorgeous human being. I will come back to the Witch, even if I'm rolling right now a Templar, because that's what I'm going to do. I am thinking that I will definitely revisit a Witch later, because Witch is the front and center of a Summoner build. Basically, there are no other... I mean, you can theoretically have a Summoner build of some other class, but you will just be kind of gimping yourself, and you probably wouldn't do that. So I will come back to the Witch. I will definitely come back to the Witch. But at the moment, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna go with a Templar to keep things easy and to go towards totems. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm thinking because I don't know enough about exactly how the hardness of the game now, all the disbalance, all the balance, rebalance, how it's going to hit me. I think that that's going to be the safest way for me to go with, which is why I'm going to go with a Templar. Yes. And we might have to adjust the loudness of the sound in the background in case the sound comes not just of my voice but also of the game. Please don't be shy. In case you're watching live, I have a chat open here, nobody's talking just yet, that's fine. But at the same time, if you're watching now and you think that the background noise of the game or chat, speech of the characters, whatever, is overtaking my voice, let me know. There is only one way for me to find out, it's if you tell me. So we're gonna call it something Gyro Templar. How awesome is that name? That is an awesome name. Let's do that. All right, and if always on the first day of leagues being started, we never know just how the performance of the game is going to be. I'm not using VPN for this. I'm in Australia, so for me the ping and everything has always been pretty good. So we can actually take a look at this monitor of the frame rate and a monitor of the performance, and we can see here in the top right corner that it's 17 milliseconds to the server. I wish I had that in Final Fantasy XIV. I do. If I had that in Final Fantasy XIV, oh my god, I'd have so much fun. It's not funny. Well, it seems to be pretty stable to me, so that seems alright. Okay, when we look at it this way, it's a 33, it's jumping a little bit there, but that's still within very, very sensible boundaries, I think, of performance, of client performance, from 17 to 33. More than acceptable, if you ask me. Alrighty, let's get up. Let's get up, buddy. Let's get up. Let's make our first few steps. Driftwood Scepter, very good. We'll skip all tutorials. We've done this one too many times. And we're going to press tab to project the map on the screen. If you're a brand new player, complete beginner, take it for what it is. These are maybe just on the spot, very, very quick recommendations for you. All right, the guy dies. God, how many times have I seen the guy die? And Glacial Hammer is the first thing that they're giving us. This is a gem, obviously. Gems are socketed into the slots, into the sockets on the items that you get, weapons and other stuff, and that's how you get skills. That's how you get spells. Glacial Hammer hits the enemies, converting some of your physical damage to cold damage. It's one of the most boring things that you're ever gonna get. I do not know that many people who stick with this, but again, I'm sure I'd be proven wrong by some people who have been playing the game for longer than I have and experimented with even the most obscure builds, let's call them obscure builds that are out there. All right, let's see. We obviously need to clear this strand from the undead, and you just click on the enemy, as any ARPG goes. Click on the enemy and it starts attacking. I definitely notice, even from these first few swings, I definitely notice. I look in the lower left corner right now, and lower right corner as well, where you don't see obviously the bubble of my mana, but I'm looking at that, and that's obviously covered by my camera right now. But mana gets spent very, very quickly, and health just dives down, straight down. Of course, at start, when you are running around completely naked practically, it's sort of inevitable to get a lot of damage, but I guarantee that even having not played Path of Exile for a few months maybe now, well, at least for over a month, since I ran out of things to do in my casual kind of range of play in the previous league, 3.14, I do notice the difference in damage. Incoming damage, you definitely feel it now. But I guess if you're a new player, you wouldn't know any better, would you? You would just be like, oh yeah, that's just what it is. Glowing chest, yes, I'm looking forward to opening it and seeing what's in it. Elemental proliferation support, wonderful. So support gems, in case you're completely new, support gems obviously need to be put to support the primary gem. That's what it is. And there is a link needs to be between the sockets in order for supported gem to start affecting the main gem. This is such basic stuff, but I do not honestly know any other people who are bothering to explain this stuff. Take it for what it is, hopefully it helps someone. So this thing is going to help the effect of the primary gem spread to other enemies in a bit of a radius. Not too bad, right? So Glacial Hammer, you hit something, and whatever the bad stuff Glacial Hammer does, it will splash a little bit around. Cool. Thank you very much. Not a problem. Let's do that. So we're going to keep going here. Attack some more. I'm close to leveling up now. And at these early levels, and that's all we're gonna get in this little short stream, I suppose, in these early levels, all I'm gonna get is probably just most basic passive skills. We're not gonna get 2 totems in this stream/video that you're watching afterwards, possibly. What I'm gonna keep doing, depending on the interest in these kind of streams and whatever feedback I get from the community on this video once it's published on the channel, is, as I did with the previous league, I will just keep taking some of these builds that I enjoy the most, and I don't yet even know if I'll keep enjoying this going forward. I'm gonna take that to the next stage. So this is the very first boss. Good for me that Glacial Hammer freezes the boss. But right now I spent all my mana, and his damage is substantial enough, I suppose, for me to feel it. So I need to kite him a little bit, run around a little bit, possibly even kill some monsters in between, because when you kill monsters around here in Path of Exile, in case you didn't know, your flasks, which are in the bottom left corner of the screen, they refill. You need to kill monsters for your flasks to refill. They don't refill just by themselves. They don't just do that. So I'm gonna kill a couple more here before I get back to bashing the boss. See, I got a tiny bit of a mana here under number 5. So I'm able to get some mana back. I'm able to top up my health, and I'm gonna hit him a couple more times with the Glacial Hammer. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, mate. No, not enough. I'm telling you, my friends, definitely feels harder. Of course, it's a baby level and all that, but you do feel it. Like, what can I say? You do feel it. And in this case, all I had was 2 flasks of health and 1 flask of mana. Both are empty. Are there any monsters left for me to kill so I can refill them? Or do I just have to dance around like this? It's not a pleasant feeling, I have to tell you. Yes, they made the game more dangerous or whatever, but I can tell you that previously, especially these early levels, you just kind of, well, you just went through them and it's all just introduction to the game mechanics. Oh, thank you. There we go. Thank God. The level up obviously tops up my health and tops up my mana, which is fantastic. And we have also 1 skill point to spend. Maybe we will also, you know, in this stream that I probably won't make too long, I will cover this. And I hope Hillock is not coming for me. No, he's not. Good. Alright, so totemic builds, I'm going to share, obviously, Path of Building, which is an external tool to Path of Exile. I'm going to share it with my people as this build starts taking shape. But Path of Building is something that allows us to plan, to plot how we're going to take our build in this world, in case you are brand new, whatever. Totemic builds can take different shapes on Templar, and obviously we are nowhere near the level where I would be able to show you, but I would go down here, for example. I would first try to have a path here going down to take Primal Manifestation, to increase totem damage, to contribute to totem life, to increase totem duration. That would be my first vector that I would take down. But at the same time, I need to choose, and you need to choose as a player, what would you like to invest into? Would you like to boost your life straight away and increase your mana regeneration rate? It's helpful. Or would you like to go towards damage and contribute to mana? This obviously would be a faster path down for me. It would be a faster path for me. But at the same time, I am thinking about increasing the damage. So I'd like to hit harder, and I'd like to increase my mana as well. So I actually might take a longer path going via these nodes to also contribute to increase of elemental damage, because elemental damage is something that totems benefit from, and if they benefit from this, well, then it's a good thing, and I benefit from it too. So that's kind of so while I'm looking at retribution here, I will also make a point that totems, and this build is intended to be a totem build, totems are not minions. This is not a minion build, so totems are not considered to be minions by this game. In this particular case, taking this node is not of particular importance to me. So that is me kind of talking out loud and thinking, considering the path through this. So I might just go towards increase of mana regeneration and increase of life per second, because that's beneficial, because I know that that will benefit me long term. Something that's like Sanctity, to increase armor, increase energy, shield, regenerate life per second, who would say no to that? So that's pretty good. So on this balance of things, having chatted to you a little bit about this now, I think I'm actually going to go towards mana regeneration rate and this direction for now. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to apply these points. So I'm going to go towards self-sustain, because the game has become harder. I need to make hard choices now. Yes, the way up is viable, but at the same time, I actually think that going towards this node straight away, increasing regeneration of mana and life per second, I reckon I need it. Happy to hear any alternative comments on this, happy to hear any alternative thoughts on this, but that's going to be my choice. Let's go finish off Hillock. He's still wandering about somewhere here, being wounded, poor man. And we're going to get into town, and hopefully Glacial Hammer keeps freezing him, because obviously when he is debilitated, when he's stopped from hitting me, wonderful, finally he's down, good stuff. I'm gonna pick up everything because we are poor as church mice, as they say, and when you pick up an item and you do not have anything equipped in the slot that you picked up an item for, it automatically equips it for you, which is a nice thing, which is a good thing. So we picked up a plate vest of armor 19. Here we have a shabby jerkin evasion rating. So it's different defensive stats, obviously. That's me talking to the absolute beginners who may or may not be watching this later or now. I would choose armor at this stage, so I'm just going to change this. This Driftwood Scepter has three sockets, which offers potentially stronger power if they were linked, but they're not, as you can see. And I do not yet have special currency, special orbs of a currency that would allow you on demand to link things in case you want to, in case you need to, or feel like there is a particular need for it. I have identification scrolls of wisdom over here, which I can right click and I can identify magical items or even those yellow items, rare items. So wonderful, we have identified this. There's a whole bunch of stats, but we are in a baby range, so it doesn't matter. Something that's yellow and has good stats, you just put it on. You just put it on and don't think twice about it. This power amulet would allow me, would give me quite a bit of an increased mana regeneration rate, so we probably should identify it. And we are going to put it on as well. And that in a nutshell, my friends, in case you're an absolute beginner of Path of Exile, that is in a nutshell how gearing works in this game. And needless to say, slowly you get better things, slowly you look for better things, and you get better equipped, you have more strength, you can do a lot more with your character going forward. Alright, Lion's Eye Watch. I've been here so many times, as every other Path of Exile player, casual or not, have been. Let's take a look at this. And we killed Hillock, so there is someone in town who is going to thank us for it, and we're going to see exactly what can we get. I sense that the game became a little laggy in here. We're just gonna talk to everyone, click through. In this particular case, you may, if you're a beginner, you may choose to read actually to what they have to say to you. A lot of us here playing Path of Exile, we've done it already so many times that we just click through things. It doesn't matter. We know where the story is taking us. We know it. And it's an action RPG anyway, so it's kind of stories. Look, it's good to have a story, but at the same time, story is inconsequential. Let's take a look if these rewards from the first quests have been changed in any shape or form or not. Smite, no. Frostbolt, no. Rolling Magma, no. Lightning Tendrils, no. Molten Strike, no. Purifying Flame. Right. By my memory, and again, I'm not a pro, I don't think that these rewards have changed one bit. I was hoping to at least get one totem at this stage, but looks like I need to go a tiny bit further in order to get that totem, alright? So what am I gonna choose in this particular case? Look, I'm tempted to take Purifying Flame at this stage, but I probably am going to take Frostbolt, because actually, let me think about it for a second. Frostbolt is not terrible, and I have in mind something that if this is a totem build, I might rely on Holy Flame Totem, which is one of the early spells that are going to be rewarded for one of the further quests that are not that far off. They are going to be coming up fairly soon. I can't remember by memory exactly when that happens, but it will happen. So I am thinking of relying on that Holy Flame Totem when it comes, but long term, I kinda hope that I'd be able to check out the new Frost-based spell, which name I don't remember right now, but they've added a Frost-based spell. It's something like not a Frost Nova. If you remember, don't be too shy to say it to me in the chat exactly what that spell is, but they were talking about it in the live stream, developers, and it's one of those things that shoots it's kind of like a Frost Bolt, if you like, and it has this swirly swarm of frost going off. I sort of immediately thought that if I have a spell totem based build, which this will evolve into, in case you're interested to follow along as well over the next few videos, I suppose. My thought is that I would rely on that new frost spell. So what I'm saying here is that even if I think that tactically in the short term I will rely on the Holy Flame Totem to take me there to the higher levels where I can start using that spell. At the moment, if I take Frostbolt, it probably will help me in the interim, right now, for now. I'm gonna go with that. Quest complete. And I certainly had also Hierophant builds that were, so on my channel you can take a look at it. I had those builds that were relying on Frostbolt. I have a Frostbolt Nova spamming build for Templars as well, so that's not a terrible pick. I don't think so. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to take out Glacial Hammer because I never was a fan. Elemental Proliferation support is a good thing, and we're going to be using it, just not right now. And I'm going to just put in the Frostbolt, and that's what I'm gonna go with for now, I think, and then we will just see how we go. We'll see how we go. No harm done if this is not the most effective thing at this stage of the game. It's early, barely scratching the surface thing. And once again, for any people who have tuned in now, fast forwarded the video, whatever, I can tell you once again ahead of time that I probably will stop this stream soon enough, because this was supposed to be just a quick on the spot jump in, play for half an hour, chat to whoever is on, explore the new league a tiny bit, and then take a break. Alright, Frost Bolts. Good thing about Frost Bolts is the fact that they penetrate anything that they go through. So they do quite a bit of damage. Obviously not much at this stage, but they keep flying, and if you line up the shot properly, it hits a lot of things along the way. In the right hand side here, on the right hand side here, you notice that gems, the skills, the more you use them, the more they level up, the stronger they become. So that plus was telling me that I can level up the skill. Alright, let's, for the first time for me on live servers, let's take a look at what the new mechanic of this Expedition League is. Quite exciting actually for me, quite exciting. Let's take a look together. Hello Sean Cat, wonderful for you to join us, my friend. Yeah, of course, watch the stream from the beginning, just a bit of a rambles here from me. Decided to jump in, mate, this morning and try the new league, try the new build, going with Totemic in mind right now, just recapping it for you. But this is what I'm gonna be trying to go with, I think. All right, let's try out this new Expedition League thing. I know that we will be exploding areas. Like I watched the live stream from the developers. I know that we'll be exploding some areas and getting some stuff. Hey Andrew, how are you doing, mate? Really good to have you here as well with us today. All right, let's see. All right, blowing things up. We know that we will have to mark the territory, and we know that we will have to be blowing things up, which is good. Goodbye, I guess. You know, this is one of those awkward feelings when you feel like you should have listened to what she had to say, and I didn't. So now I need to place the explosive charges, and then the detonator goes off. Aha, so I need to press button V. It just gave me a hint. I need to press button V to place explosives somewhere around this area. Let's just first of all clear these people so that they are not in my way. Go away, go away, go away, everybody. Right, I press V and it allows me to then place the explosives. Okay, well, first one is going to go there. We have a little bit of a thing coming from a detonator. I actually love that there is a detail. They always, grinding gear games, they're fantastic. They always spend extra effort to kind of, you know what, let's make sure that it looks real. Like there is an electricity, presumably electricity, like wire there. Cool, like it, like it. Let's put another one on, and we have one more to place. Where can we place it? Not that far? Okay, sorry about that. She said to me, not that far. Fine. Yes, we should light it up. Detonate explosives. Alright, awesome, love it. They obviously make it very easy for me at this stage. Like I'm a starter of the game. I am like level what am I? Can't even see right now. Lagging a little bit. I can see that it's lagging a little bit, not sure why. Alright, what are my rewards? Okay. Highlight items, alright. Okay, well, everything is red, not sure. Identify, blah blah blah. It's a gamble. Insufficient currency. What's the point of giving me this if I can't even roll anything? Okay, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. That's the side effects of a live stream, my friends. First time I'm trying this. It's more fun for me this way because I'm a player first, like I said already. But at the same time, I look at this now and I don't know what to do with it. Everything is red. Okay, whatevs. I guess I'll speak to her later. Yeah, as with every other league, we know how it works, right? Things keep coming. Keep happening. Like as in, I'll encounter her somewhere else in the map for sure. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, kind of in the center on the left side of the screen, all these yellowish notes that come from the server. So it just basically, the game tells you what else is going on in the world around you, type of thing. And I'm always amazed at how quickly people progress through this game. Like some people who are speedrunners, who have more time on their hands than I do, of course. And yes, it's jealousy talking. It's a good jealousy talking. But I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had that much time to already be like level 60. Someone before, at the beginning of the stream, in case you want to rewind and take a look at it, someone at the beginning of the stream, there was like a thing that popped, notification popped on the screen, and it was like, someone has reached level 67. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Of course the league launched a few hours ago, like I get it, while I was still asleep, and some people... I am in the life stage and age category, I suppose, where I prioritize sleep, my friends. I don't know. I play for fun and for as long as I can, like as in, and then I take a break and then I play again. That's kind of how I roll. All right, let's keep building our guy. As I said, it's a totemic build, at least intended, so we're gonna go down here towards Primal Manifestation first, but we're gonna go via this node, obviously. So we are going to take this increase of maximum life and increase of maximum mana. Yes, Sean Cat, good jealousy is one of the cool parts of online gaming. It is true, my friend, it is true. I generally choose, you know, positivity, seeing what's possible and learning from it. Completely agree with you, couldn't agree with you more. It is, it's definitely, look, you look at achievements of other people, and online gaming, sport, whatever you take, right? Whatever you take. Generally in life, everything comes from practice or investment of time and effort, isn't it? So one can be as jealous as they want to be, and I am, for example, here saying, look, it's good jealousy. Like, I'm not being whatever mean about it, because I know that someone invested time and effort, so they deserve it. They deserve that achievement. They deserve that something. And for me, it is a good thing to see what's possible. Except in this case, we're not talking about any feat of strength or something. We're just talking about the fact that someone invested time. Good on them. Good on them. Tidal Island. My goodness, how many times have we done this? You know what I'm kind of hoping for when I watch live streams from, let's say, Grinding Gear Games, talking about new leagues and stuff like this. I wish that they also did a pass over all these quest lines. I know it's a massive undertaking. I know it would be a massive undertaking, and there is nothing wrong with these quest lines. But the thing is that they start a new league, and really, we kind of have to do what we've done hundreds of times already, hundreds of times over, and we have to do it again. But what I'm saying is, it would have been cool if instead of telling me, hey Gyro, go find a medicine chest for Bestel, the NPC. Instead of that, they could have told me, oh, the plague of evil foxes has descended upon the world, and you need to fight evil foxes before they overtake the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I am saying that, and I know that it's just virtually impossible to have that insurmountable amount of effort to put into a redesign and rebuild and everything. We probably are going to only see that in Path of Exile 2, if then even. Because Path of Exile 2, from all the streams, from everything that I've seen so far, Path of Exile 2 is going to be just not just, probably more than just, but it's going to be basically a remake. It's almost like a remake, it's almost like a higher quality, but they are still going to have the old quest lines as well as the new ones. But that was my impression. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you watched any of those streams about Path of Exile 2. And yes, I'm kind of not impressed with how my frost bolts are just lacking punch right now. They're lacking punch. I swear, if I went melee, and I know I spoke at the beginning about choosing an easier path, safer path, but in the starting game, it is actually frustrating when you have to shoot 500 million frost bolts to see that they're barely like scratching this dude, Hail Drake. Come on. Not as enjoyable as it could be, but we have a medicine chest, my friends. We have a medicine chest. Yay! Yay. Iron ring, not bad, not bad. These things I'm kind of not interested in. We have medicine chest, we have the gloves. Shall we identify the gloves? Because why not? Dexterity. No, not interested in dexterity right now, but it's better than what I have. Let's put it on, it's fine. Alright, we got the medicine chest. We might as well use the portal, because why wouldn't we? Let's get out of here, my friends. Let's get out of here. And this is roughly, probably, my friends, again, little head start warning. Oh, hello, Gwenon. You're new. There will be a breakpoint in Act 2. What do you mean, Shiny? What breakpoint are you talking about? Okay, Gwenon is telling me about her life. Thank you, Gwenon. Very, very nice to talk to you, my friend. Yes, spoke to you for many years. Increased movement speed. Yeah, let's take it. Let's take increased movement speed, why not? Okay. Maybe new spells here? Let's take a look. Arcane Surge support, everyone's favorite. Every spellcaster's favorite. Arcane Surge is just fantastic, even though they changed, they rebalanced how Arcane Surge works. From what I remember, I can't remember exactly precisely what they've done, but we've just done another video talking about these changes. And what I like in this particular case is that when they give you a support gems, and especially piece of information important for people who don't play Path of Exile, is that if you pay attention and you take a look at this little window that opens underneath, this supportable skills window, it shows to you anything that's currently plugged in, anything that's currently in play in your build, everything that you have socketed, and it tells you if this support will do anything for that spell. Love it. So it shows to you a green little tick there, if you can notice. Ruthlessness support, no. Chance to bleed support, no. Onslaught support, no. Ancestral call, and I know that they have done something interesting about the totems can be ancestral call totems, believe it or not. I don't want any of that weird stuff just yet. I'm gonna get back to it probably at some point. And spell cascade support, no. Arcane Surge is the only bloody thing that is of worth of value here. Alright, Shiny says, I played the new league until now and did not do much damage in Act 1, but in Act 2, after a bit of gear and skill points, it works out pretty good. That's good news, Shiny. Thank you for sharing. I, as you can see, my friend, only just jumped on for just about half an hour this morning to check it out, turn it into a bit of a stream, because no harm done if 2 people watch it, but at least 2 people had fun with me, right? I will be playing more. Path of Exile, starts of the new leagues make me excited. Always, they always do. Without a fail, they do. So, yeah. So I'm going to have Arcane Surge, but at the moment I have nothing to plug it into. And I'm going to sell all this garbage. Let's sell all the garbage, my friends. Make a bit of space. And yeah, hope for something that comes with a few more sockets. Let's take a look. Does this guy have something for us? Of course he does. You got a job for me. Clear fated pool. Let me guess. That's what you want me to do. Alrighty, let's go. Clear the fated pool then. You know what? We have unlocked actually the waypoint before, so we're just gonna teleport to that waypoint. That's what we're gonna do. And you know what the issue is? The issue is that now my chat window, it actually blocks. It did. I just hid the chat for a second, and now I'm gonna show it again. Wonderful, and back you are, my friends, and now I can see you again. And we are entering mud flats. Alright, Sean Cat says, I need a build I won't get bored of. I keep making necromancers and never get to end game with. So Sean Cat, here is the thing, my friend. Not to give you like an all-encompassing advice on the spot, but here is what I am doing for myself. I am doing a Templar, Hierophant, direction of Hierophant, and I'm going with totems. Why I'm going with totems? Because totems have, if you generally make a generic totemic build, right? So I think that totemic builds, spell totem for example, you can just change it. You can change it. At first you go with fire, then you go with some spell cascade, then you go with frostbolt, then you go with something else. You know what I'm saying? So I reckon that would work. Shiny plays unarmed, but big beefy shields. You know what? The beauty of Path of Exile, in case people don't know enough about the game and like continue comparing it, say, strictly to, say, Diablo. That's a classic comparison. That's there. Why I prefer and love Path of Exile is because of this versatility. Is because of just how versatile it can be. You know, so that is why. By that I mean just how many, how wicked, how weird, how wacky you can make your different builds. I freaking love it. I love it. I do not know of any other casual friendly builds, games where I can just like, you know, be virtually whoever I want to be. There we go. Level 4. Smashing it. Smashing it, my friends. Smashing it. On their stream, on the development stream, I don't know if you watched, but they were referring to the good old days when things were so dangerous that one of these roars one of those chickens, it could charge into you and it could kill you instantly with one charge if you are just standing there in the way. I'm curious if they've done that, but part of me doesn't want to find out. So I'm just gonna... Oh, one just charged into me and I was fine. Leave me alone, chicken. My god. Alright, another point to distribute. Let's keep going up here. Leave me alone. Let's take that, because why wouldn't you? You know what, I need to change my key binding, because at the moment I kind of like casting with my left mouse click, but at the same time then when something is a target, like at altar, like that altar was in my way just a second ago. Wow. They like stun lock me, like several of them just knocked into me, and I'm like, nothing is happening. Not good, not pleasant. I can't wait to get my Holy Flame Totem, my friends. You know why? Because I'm a lazy player. I like positioning however I like to. I like my totems to do my dirty work. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I like other builds too. I have plenty of builds for the previous league on the channel, if you like haven't looked at them yet. Whatever. Not saying that they're the most optimized ones, but I had fun. But I like totem builds the most, and I think as league starters, totem builds are fantastic. They're a bit slower. They are slower. But at the same time, they're the safest. They're the safest at the minimum amount of investment. You put a few sticks in the ground and dance around while they kill everything. That's basically what happens. And I, like, honestly, make no apologies for liking to play that way. I do like to play that way. Alright, I heard someone drop something nice. I hope the stream is not too loud for you, my friends who are watching there, like when I talk and at the same time there is a background noise coming through. Like, I hope the balances are okay for you. Level 5, fear my power. Alright, let's pick up Mana Flask, let's pick up this, let's pick up Coral Ring, that's good stuffs. Possibly even Iron Gauntlets, because they are linked. These ones are linked. That is good. You know why? Because we are going to now put Frostbolt into this, because it can be supported by a gem. So I'm going to support it by, not this, sorry, not Elemental Proliferation. I'm going to support it by Arcane Surge. Mana Conservation, who doesn't want that? I want that, for sure. Yes, Shiny, I agree with you. You say you have more fun with experimenting with different builds rather than playing the, you know, the optimized high-end builds. I am the same, mate. I am literally the same. I kind of don't care. And I never was able to, sadly, I don't criticize those people, but I was never able to connect with the part of the audience who were, I'm not going to call them elitists, I'm not going to call them necessarily pros, even though pro, I mean in a sense that these people spend a lot of time in the game. They absolutely know more than I do about this game, they do. But I sadly was never able to reach a common understanding with those people, because they do promote only those builds, you know? No game sound, Andrew. Thank you, my friend. No game sound at all? Okay, cool. Would you like game sound? I can raise it a little bit, because otherwise it's a bit of just me ranting. And maybe you would like to hear some sound effects. Do you want me to bump it up a bit? That would also tell us how we should run further streams, further stuff like this. It probably would be of value. Let me know. I will leave it up to you, my friends. We have another point to spend. Early game kind of feeds you these points, and I like leveling up. As an altoholic person who creates many alts in different games, doesn't matter what game, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, here, I like this effect, I do. Arcane Surge, mana regeneration is increased, good. Let's clear this fetid pool, and then, realistically, my friends, that's when I'm gonna say bye to you for now. So really appreciate everyone who jumped on today to have a little real-time chat. And if you are late to the party and just saw this as an archive on the channel and want to leave your thoughts and just kind of talk to me about this, it will just be like a normal video, and you'll be able to still communicate with me as you do in the comments of the videos for anything else. And so far, I have replied to everyone who is not a troll. ever since I started kind of engaging with community a lot more often. It's fun for me. A little more game sound would be good. Andrew, let me just kill this dude, and then I'm going to very quickly raise the sound, and we'll just see if it's any better for you. Is it me, or the flask charges are not being regenerated as fast anymore? And oh my god, this is like... This frostbolt feels like slapping someone with a wet noodle, I swear. It's like nothing is going on, oh my god. Just leave me alone, this is... Oh. It's painful. Oh, goodness. This is just not fun at this stage, sadly. I know it will change, but... And that is him at 50%. Oh my god, that's like a intense, most intense battle I had in Path of Exile for leagues. They have certainly succeeded making the game more challenging, but in all honesty, I don't know actually if that made it more fun, because I think not necessarily. They have reduced the flask charges you get, Shiny says. Clearly, I can feel it, man. You clearly don't get enough, like as many flask charges as you used to. And again, I don't know if this is fun or as fun as it used to be. Like, no apologies here in terms of me sounding entitled or whatever. Look at it, all flasks spent, no charges being gained, no, at this level at least, no, boom, dead. Yeah, you know what? Not a huge fan, not a huge fan. And you know what, simply because, so I will obviously come back, I will obviously recover my body and all that stuff, but simply because of my timing right now, just looking at the time right now, I kind of have to be somewhere. So thank you for tuning in today, thanks for jumping on, even we had a little brief chat, but it was short and sweet, as they say. Always appreciate that, keep doing that, especially if this is your cup of tea and you like having these little chats. Mine usually happen in the mornings of Australian Eastern Standard Time, so this is roughly the time when I looks like I can jump on. So if you're ever looking for a little bit of a stop by, say hello, this is roughly the time to expect it. Videos obviously come in the other times, videos I schedule and that kind of stuff. So I'll keep playing Final Fantasy XIV, I'll keep playing Path of Exile League. At the moment, early impressions are, it's harder than I'd like it to be. I make no apologies for this position, it's harder than I'd like it to be. Maybe this build is also a bit subpar at the early stages and becomes stronger later, once I get my totems, once I get other stuff. But at this stage, oh my god, yeah, not as enjoyable as I would have liked. Let me know in the comments below the video what you think, how far you've gone. I know Shiny has gone quite a bit further in this. Other people have their own experiences, so would be good to hear from you.